Abhava tum desham tathagato yavatat desham chayo nirodha evam adi mahashramana vaha Omye dharma eto prabhava etum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati maham shamanaha svaha Omye dharma eto prabhava etum tesham tathagat yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaha swaha Omye dharma eto prabhava etum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramana swaha Omye dharma etum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramana swaha Yabhava etum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramana swaha Yedharma eto prabhava etum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramana swaha Thank you, Elaine ji, and thank you all the organizers and all the participants, both offline, online. And before we continue, let's just invoking a proper motivation, which makes a whole difference. And when I was younger, in younger days, we talk about setting motivation. And it does not really make much sense. Why it makes a whole difference. So later on, it's very true that the great Tibetan masters they talk about the importance of two things: one at the outset and one at the end. And at the outset, setting a proper motivation. Say, if you set a proper motivation, okay, today I'll go to school, I'll go to class, I'll go to Ashish's class, or today I'll go to my office, or say, okay, today I'm going to meet with my client, say, oh, yeah, today I'm going to the hospital, meet the doctor. So there, say, I'll try my best to be kind, sensible, and anybody who encounters with me or anybody who I encounter, I'll make sure that I'll not disturb them to the best of my capacity. People seeing me, they'll feel at ease. This is something extremely important. And then when you set your mind in this form, then later when you go there, you may behave sometimes differently, on the environment. And the environment, for us, like explodes, volcano, angry. But then you see the contrast, how you set the motivation and now what's happening. You can see the contrast. And then you will feel the regret. And regret over the negativities is regret over the virtues is non-virtues. Regret over non-virtues is virtues. So this is very important point to keep in mind. So the second problem motivation for academic programs, pure academic programs, some university, some professors, they don't believe in these things. But if the professors they are more senior, have life experiences, then they do see that these are the values which we don't find discussed in the academic world. These are the real values, setting for motivation and dedicating the virtues properly. So these are something that we need to keep in mind to make your life more meaningful and purposeful. After all, whether you are academic or whether you are a businessman or you are school teacher or you are say the employer, whatever you are, let's say after all we want to have a peaceful life. And sometimes we say that okay now give the I like to have my own space. What do you mean by that? Which means that I want peace. Don't disturb, right? So for that, useful things, very simple. Setting proper motivation at the outset and dedicating the benefits, virtues, the merits that you gained over the course of and dedicate it properly. So this will make sure that your full time is being used. And also that that let's say that but then with dedication, how does it help? So it is like depositing the money in the bank. Say today you do something good, it's like investing, depositing some money in the bank. Tomorrow also you deposit some, however small it is, you deposit. So that way we see that over time it becomes a huge amount. So this is where how the elegance grows. Some people, when you meet, it's elegance, great elegance. And although the person is not dominating, not aggressive, but you feel like yourself is small. This person is so elegant, so pleasant. And this is because of that the virtues, the qualities within the person, it develops, is manifested, it exudes in the person's ambience. So these are things with this mind. Let us set a proper motivation that today whatever class that we okay in English today is the last day and the last day for this program and that the that this day today should be meaningful. I'll try my best to learn something, inquire something, and whatever questions that comes to my mind, the bring this up, or even if you cannot bring this up, it doesn't matter. Still, these need to be kept as food for thought. So this is what I would do. Whatever information that I get, or that you want to share, that you share with other people, I will share with you. So I'll make sure that use that properly. Self-save, feeble assistant Tibetan. Onye Yinje Zondo Juba Lam Cheche Sete Kanchen Den Jugu Chana Pemo Tenzin Gyaso La So Debso Shindo Rinpo Sho Anja Zola Wana Lawe Mege San Taba Jube Shunga Jube Jube Tawe Zaba Isi Shingi Namna Kuchana Sanje Choda Sogo Chonamla Chanchu Pardu Tane Gyaso Shi Nage Chin So Kebe Solam Gola Penye Sanje Dugu Sho Sanje Choda Sogo Chonamla Chanchu Pardu Tane Gyaso Shi Nage Chin So Kebe Solam Gola Penye Sanje Dugu Sho Sanjejoda Zoe Shonam Chanju, but the Tani Jesuche, which is so given Sonam did well of me in Sanje. And teach with compassion for the Immaculate Heart of dispel all perverted views. View the Buddha with Dharma. So here with this verse, and teach with great compassion, you told the Immaculate Heart to dispel the perverted views to you the Buddha. So here, the two. So although this is this is a gesture of showing respect and identifying the qualities of the Buddha. In a way, this is reminding us that for us to cross the ocean of miseries, cross the ocean of tears, samsara, we need these two qualities. So these tears are all coming from, say, the mental activation. And the mental activation, when you go through the resultant state of the pains, manifest in the form of tears, resultant state of joys, manifest in the form of exuberance. And so these tears are the reflection of something going wrong in us, mental sadness, anxiety, depression, so forth, and which, because these are resultant states, they should be the causal states. And what are the causal states, which we discussed the last 2 days? Afflictive obscurations, solid garlic like afflictive obscurations, and a subtle smell like the cognitive obscuration. These two are there, they attract the tears, stress, misery inside us. So then they say, okay, so all these the mental emotions, attachment, aversion, fear, anxiety, loneliness, what else? Sad, overthinking, and so forth. So these are all these are the mental states, causal mental states, which disrupt our peace of mind. And how we can get rid of these is by removing the mental dirt from the Mulamut River. So remove the dirt of that, and the true pure water manifests. True nature of the Mulamut River manifests. This is who you are. And you express anger, jealousy, craving, and so forth. These are not real you. These are the immediate manifestations. They are not you. Your true nature is hidden. As long as you don't give chance to get into these, your true nature will forever remain hidden. It will never manifest. So why don't we let manifest your true nature? Which, you know, everyone. It's not that, oh, His Holiness is very special. Yes, of course, his true nature came out. He put effort. Each one of us, we also have this incredibly precious diamond within us. Why don't we let it manifest? And it's not that you have to believe in somebody. You have to believe in some, he said, oh, Buddha said it. No, you don't have to believe. Learn these things. You let the ignorance go away. You learn these things and you discover that you have the potential. Let it manifest. Let the true nature it comes out. That it come out, and that you experience fearlessness, total fearlessness, and infinite happiness. So that we don't really have to go into all the wrong activities, wrong karmas, afflictions. All these things are, we embrace the thoughts, all because of meant to create get away from the fear and to expand your happiness. But in actuality, they don't. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself also. Let us not look for this lost key under the street light. Lost key which you lost where? At home? Look at outside. Let's not forget this. So with this mind, we have to know and your mind so well. So with this mind, and then finally, how to do that is inside. Inside, you see that remove the dirt, and your true nature will manifest. So what is this dirt? There are so many ways of identifying these dirts. One way of identifying that is in the form of afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. And another way of identifying that is in the form of ignorance and self-centeredness. self-grasping ignorance and self-centered. These are the two. So there are different ways of identifying the mental. For example, like here, this group, I can identify them in different ways. One, so what is this group consisted of? It's consisted of the current WCCL, the applied, Mahayana, Buddhist psychology and ethics, the class current, our students, and the others. Is it correct or not correct? Correct. And the boys and non-boys, correct, not correct? It's another way of classifying. And then I don't want to classify that based on the age. At 30 and below and plus, I don't want to do that. Because myself, 30 plus, will so feel sad, I know. You're getting it. But it's also another way of classifying. So there's so many ways of classifying it. It's not just one way. So likewise, I say that the mind, the mental pollutants, which pollute this incredibly clear water like the nature of your mind, what pollutes that? It can be classified in different ways: affective obscurations, cognitive obscurations, affective, cognitive, and then how I would do is one is the ignorance, self-grasping ignorance, and other one is selfishness. Okay. And to remove the ignorance, we need to have the light of the wisdom. To remove the selfishness, we need to have the light of the other cherishing mind, universal compassion. So therefore, the praise to the Buddha said, the enthused by great compassion. Enthused by great compassion. That is one wing. Great compassion together with the selfishness. You taught the immaculate dharma. What's the dharma? The wisdom. You taught the immaculate dharma to dispel the perverted views, the wrong views, ignorance, to remove that. So our job is to introduce the compassion, universal compassion, to get rid of the entanglement, shackle of the selfishness, and the wisdom to get rid of the shackle of the ignorance. So your mind, the true nature of the mind manifests. And as I said earlier, yesterday, particularly yesterday, that many of our physical problems, many of the physical problems can be greatly solved by fixing your mind. That's true. For example, say someone who's that person, health can go down very easily, and we can easily suffer from all forms of diseases, illnesses. So whereas, so even though you have physical problems, but if you keep your mind calm, when you say calm, it doesn't mean just calm. Even the calmness, there are so many layers. There's a compassion, so many layers are there. Even calmness, there are so many layers. Some are profoundly calm. So these can more calm, more sophisticated the calmness that you're able to introduce to your mind. More quickly you can fix your physical disabilities. So, oh, I'm always calm, but I still have the problems. This is not sufficient. This is not calmness that we're talking. There are many layers of very sophisticated calmness, and some of which we have never experienced before. So, for example, like the calmness that you can see, that things are all like dream. And some people say that, oh, I had the dream-like experience, I had the emptiness experience. No, this is not emptiness experience. Experience that you had, they are precious. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they are just rubbish. No, they are precious. Don't forget these experiences. But when I say emptiness, so say when I say attachment, what does it mean by attachment? You are laughing. So yesterday when I first asked attachment, what is attachment? Well, nobody's laughing. You said you are very serious in giving answers. Or it means desire. It means, what is that? Hey, those people who give the answer. Obsession. It means obsession. It means desire. It means what? Attraction. Huh? Involuntary pull and so forth. And today when I ask what is attachment, you all start laughing rather than give an answer. You know why? Because the same word can be understood on different levels. Likewise, emptiness, the same word can be understood on different levels. Don't impose your definition. When somebody's talking about the emptiness, don't impose your definition. Oh, I must experience emptiness. Don't impose your definition. First, listen, be very observant, be, be a smart listener. Smart listeners, they will grow very fast. Those who talk too much, who don't listen, they'll never grow. They only vomit what they have. They don't get anything new. Those who are smart listeners, they keep gathering information, keep learning more. So these are the smart people. So don't be quick don't be quick to assess on what the other person is saying. How you do that? By imposing your own definition of the meanings of the words that the other person is using. So, so that way we see that there are layers of comments of the mind, and very sophisticated comes from mind. You just feel that it just makes you. And if you stabilize this, you can invoke this experience anytime you like, anytime, anytime you like. It's not just that, say, you need to have to sit right there and let the sunset happen. You don't have to wait to that point. You can invoke that experience anytime. While you are in the class, you can invoke that. While you are talking to somebody's shouting, yelling at you, still you can invoke that experience. So the point is that these are things which we require. Don't go for blind faith. So these will never happen through you. So with the pure faith, very, very, very pure faith, even the faith, the degree of the faith, again, depends. The depth of the faith depends on your intelligence, your learning. The more profound you have the learning, the faith that you generate based on that's going to be. When I say don't go for blind faith, it doesn't mean that faith is hopeless. For this faith is nothing. Faith, there are two kinds. One is blind faith, and one is a faith grounded on wisdom. Faith grounded in wisdom is extremely meaningful and very profound, as a tremendous power. But if it is a blind faith, it can be very dangerous. Today, you will say that, oh, you are God. You are getting it? And tomorrow, that same person who said you are God, I have total faith in you, and tomorrow the same person will make you demon. You know that? There are many things there because the faith is very shallow, can be very intense, but very shallow. So I remember this village, one village. In a village, there was a child born with 6 or 7 arms. And the local people, all the villagers, they revere this child as a goddess. As a goddess. And they were doing puja to this little girl. And then the parents, and then the puja does not happen 24 hours. So finally, the parents have to suffer. Because this little girl with 6, 7 arms. So the little girl is not functional. So the parents have to take care of this child. And the people are saying that this is a God is born in a family. And then the parents, they become so desperate. Finally, the parents are also financially very poor, and somebody supported, and they do surgery, and then the child with 4 limbs came out, and now the child becomes a demon. Everybody says that, why did you do surgery on the child? And then nobody even start talking. If it's a God, it's a God. Whether you have 4 limbs or 2 limbs, it's a God. Now the God has become demon. This is where the faith is very, very shallow. This is what I call a blind faith. So therefore, the faith grounded on wisdom. That is precious. That's precious. And wisdom, empirical wisdom. Empirical wisdom. Not just, oh, these are the wisdom of the past. You don't understand anything but is wisdom or not, and you say this wisdom of the past. This again is ignorance. So, okay, without going much into this, so I'm talking about all these things because this is an academic session, academic, is setting. So therefore, this is something which um we need to the say we learn. And so, in a way, for us to stop the tears, we need two things as simple. Number one, expand your universe of compassion, expand your circle of compassion. And that way your selfishness go down. It doesn't mean that somebody has to shed tears a lot, the person is more selfish. This is not true because it entirely depends on external factors and internal factors two ways. So therefore, they don't judge on others. We said that selfishness and the ignorance. Oh, this person has so much of tears, so this person has so much of ignorance. And no, it's a matter of the external factors and internal factors both involved. So in some cases, for you, maybe today external factors may be less. So for you less tears, and others the external factors can be more. So therefore more tears. In terms of ignorance, in terms of selfishness, it's much more the same. And sometimes some people who are going through difficult days, they may be more compassionate than you. So when will you know that? When you go through the same difficulty, what is the degree? How do you take it? That will tell us. That will tell us what's the degree of the other cherishing mind and the wisdom. Okay. The Without going too much into that, okay, let me recite this Buddha mantra, the praise of the Buddha, and the Buddha mantra three times. And with the mantra, you can join me. And then following that, we'll do the Heart Sutra mantra three times. Okay, Heart Sutra mantra. Gati gati aragati arasangati bodhisvatyasa gati arasangati bodhisvatyasa Om gati gati aragati arasangati bodhisvaha Okay, for today's class, um, what I would say is that if you have questions, please note them down and bring them on my table. So that will tell me how much time to spend on question answer for the question answer session. Because at times, what the oftentimes what when I some people when some of the organizers, but there's occasionally we have many questions. So they say what? The audience has many questions, so we need more time for questions. And then finally, I said yes, we'll take one session for it. And then the session of question answer, no question. What do you do then? So this was the problem. So therefore, I would suggest you don't wait till the last minute that the question should you expect a question coming up very quick suddenly. Don't expect that. Whatever question that you come to your mind now and then, keep noting them down on a piece of paper, and then don't think that these questions are very small. Question that you might have, don't think that they're small, because it may sound small to you, but the same question may be a question which must be bothering almost many of the people. So that would be very helpful for others. So don't think that question is yours. However small the question is, we just write them down with moment table. This is one point. And number two is that sometimes the question, I prefer the written question for the reason that some people, you know, that they give lectures. You're getting it? They give lectures, and then all the rest of the people, they feel waste of my time. You know, each one of us, we feel that. So the people then start leaving. So therefore, there's no benefit. So they therefore, and if I say that okay, now enough, this don't give us a lecture, it can be very offensive. So the best thing is send them written, and you can write a lecture on the piece of paper, right? So that will be very good for all of us. So the please, if you have questions, note them down and send them the either leave it on my table, or the best thing would be give it to Charuji, and then she will. Okay, good. So there are since that this is the number one, this is the last day for this program, and also that that um that the topics that we're discussing, particularly from Acharya Dharmakirti's text, they are a little technical, and still I'm trying my best to avoid the technicalities as much as possible. Still, they can be technical. So what I'm going to do is that I've marked some of the verses from what I've extracted. I've marked them, and I will you just that you get some idea, and then from there you just see what you can get out of this. Okay, Charuji, please start show. Lenji, maybe Shweta can sit here. Wherever she prefers. Right? Okay, so while the yes, okay. By the way, since that I'm jumping, those of you who are interested to get this in more detail, I'll leave the PowerPoint presentation with Jaraji here, and then you can freely take it for yourself. Okay. So the next part is okay. Now let's um. How many you have seen pot making pot clay pot making? Raise hands. Okay. What are the things required for a clay pot to come into existence? What are the things required? Um, we require an idea, yes. Without the idea, automatically the pot will not come. Anything else? You need a clay, you need water. Varshaji, what do you need? The wheel, yes, this is the most important thing. The wheel, right? With the clay, water without the wheel, then it can be like what? Very strange pots, right? But the wheel is the very important. Huh? Hands are required, yes. The fire, the potter also is required. The hands means potter, right? Okay. So we require all these things. Yes. Stable mind is also required. This is a part of the potter, right? Potter's sanity. Potter should not be drunk, right? Okay. So the okay. Now these are all the factors we technically call as the causes of the part. You agree? These are the causes of the part. And the cause of the part is strange that there are many ways of classifying the causes of the causes. There's so many ways of classification. Um, I would highly recommend that because you're all connected with applied mind of Buddhist psychology and ethics, because you're all connected with this directly, indirectly, or current students or the former students, you are very lucky. So what I'm saying is that and then the Ajiji and Zubinji are here, it's amazing. So what we suggest is that okay, that's hearing something that there's so many classifications of causes, so many classifications of conditions, so many classifications of effects of the fruits, results. What are the classifications? Be inquisitive. You're getting it? I can say this to this class. Do some other classes, which is purely, let's say, physics and so forth. I cannot talk like this because you already associated with this program. I would suggest you to inquire what are these. Don't just, oh, I know what is cause, I know what is condition, I know what is effect. Don't remain simplistic. Don't remain too simple. Go through these technicalities, and you will see that you have your potential is amazing to know so many things. You're getting it? So one way of classifying the courses is in two ways. Actually, there are six classes of courses, six different kinds of courses. And they're amazing, the wisdom. This is a real wisdom. It's not just, oh, somebody said it in the past, how to make the aeroplane, and then they were never made. right? Oh, wisdom are there. But these things, of course, you can just watch your own mind. Same mind you can see in six different aspects, four different aspects, six different aspects, and so forth. You'll pervade. It's like watching a movie in your own mind. So for that, you have to know the different aspects, different causal factors, or causal factors in different for six different aspects, and so forth. So one way of classification is that they say, put the pot, or the pot as a result. I want the pot. I don't want the pot wheel. I don't want the clay. I don't want this. I want a pot, right? You give me a clay, I'll dump it. Or if you give me a pot, if you say the wheel to create the pot, oh, I don't just skip it. But if you bring a pot, I want it to just be the what, the water in it or to do flour in it. So I want a pot. That is the result. So what are you talking about? These are all the wheel, the person, the water, clay, fire, and all these are the causes. These are the causes. So from these causes, different causes, we see that the wheel, the potter's wheel, does it become the pot? What is the cause of the pot? Huh? Okay, so we see that amongst the pots, there are two kinds. One which become the pot, and one which doesn't become the pot. Wheel doesn't become a wheel, but a pot. If the wheel becomes a pot finish, then you got only one pot and the wheel is gone. Again, you have to bring a new wheel. You agree? So the wheel is very expensive. The pot is not expensive, right? Even for a small pot, which may cost you 10 rupees, the wheel can cost you 20,000 rupees. And if the wheel becomes the pot, then you lose your business. So therefore, the wheel doesn't become the pot. The wheel can be used for like 100 years, 200 years, the same wheel. You agree? But the pot, you will get thousands of pots from the same wheel. So the wheel doesn't become the pot. Okay, this is Ganesh ji, the gentleman over there. Behind this, the girl with the blue shirt behind it. Yes. Your name? No, no, no. Here. Ashutosh, yes. You're from part of NDC? Are you part of NDC? NMC too? Okay, yes. Am I seeing you for the first time? Okay. Okay, thank you. So what I'm saying is that from there, the potter doesn't become the pot. The potter doesn't become the pot. The wheel doesn't become the pot. The fire doesn't become the pot. So there are things which do not become the pot, but there are things which become the pot. Even amongst the causes is amazing. So those things which become the pot, they are known as the substantial cause. They are known as the substantial cause. And those things which do not become the cause of the pot, but they are required for the pot to come into being, for a stable pot, a strong pot to come into being, like the fire. Fire is not required for the pot to come into being, but for a strong pot to come into being. Because without the fire, a pot can be very soft pot. As you expose it to fire, it can become very strong. For a strong pot to come into being, fire should be there. But the fire will not become the pot, right? Because the pot is not hot, pot is not cold. So the fire contributed. So the one class of the causes, they become the pot. These are known as substantial cause of the pot. And there is the other set, which do not become the pot, are known as the cooperative cause. So the causes, they are of two kinds, substantial cause and the cooperative causes. Now let's say that, okay, say somebody said, okay, is there anybody who is 29 years old? Okay, 29 years old, and now almost 1 month to become 30. Yes, 1 month, right? Okay. If somebody says, what's your name? Okay, Sanjit. They say, if I say, Sanjit, you look like 30, right? They're upset. I don't know he, right? Right? Many of us, you, I'm just 29. It's only 1 month to become 30. And he said, I'm 30. Such what is that? Such a rude person, doesn't have any etiquette, so judgmental, right? It's just 1 month, you become 30, right? And somebody says, the Sanchit, you look like 28. You're 30 now. You just hit 30. So you look like 29. You're very happy. Thank you. So happy. Thank you. What's the difference? Look, this is where, say, a word from somebody affects your mind. Yes, no. Okay, this word, does it become the anger? Or it is this word aggravated your anger? Oh, you look like 30. No, I'm 29. 29, 11, what? 29, 11, 11 months and 29, 11 months and 29 days. Not 30. And he's saying that I'm 30. Right? Okay. So look, even this word just aggravated to anger. You getting it? So this anger is a resultant state. And this is caused by the causes. Among the causes, there are two kinds. What are they? Substantial cause and the cooperative cause. You're getting it? So this anger, how come that you are so angry? What do you say? Hey, the Manisi, why you become so angry? Right? Because he said that I'm 30, right? He said, so he's saying that you are 30 is a cause of your anger or not? To all of you, yes, that's the truth of the anger. For some people, it may not be the cause, because it may not trigger anger. For some people, it does trigger anger. If it does trigger anger, then it becomes the cause of the anger. So now tell me that they say that, they're saying this word and triggering anger in you. That word is the cause of the anger, is the substantial cause or the cooperative cause of the anger. Very good. Very good. The next question. What is the what is the substantial cause of this anger? Okay, don't say that he said self-grasping and yesterday, right? Self-grasping. Think seriously. You're getting it? And you don't have to give the answer right away. Think. You just think. You're getting it? Okay. Let me say, right? If somebody, okay, I'm very sad like this. I was sitting like this, very sad. And somebody comes, hey Dorothy, what happened? Right? If somebody does like this, then you also like do like this. Thank you. You getting it? If somebody says, hey, what happened? You throw it. You're getting. So look, the same hand behave in two different ways. Somebody caresses, you also caress. Thank you. You're getting it? The same hand, hey, this is not your place. Get up, right? And you throw that person's hand, throw this. Okay, same hand as can say the can be aggressive, can be very gentle and tender. You're getting it? So other person's tenderness. This is a cause of your tender hand. Yes, yes. So what is that? The other person being nice. Is that a cause? What is it? What causes that? What other person being nice to you, right? Is that which of the two causes that with respect to your hand being so gentle and tender? Cooperative cause. And what is the substantial cause of this tender hand? Hey, what is the substantial cause of this hand now? Very gentle hand. What is the cause? The substantial. Okay, let's say this hand. Did it exist the last year? I don't think that I'm an alien person. You're getting it? Don't think that I have some magical power. I'm just an ordinary person. An ordinary person, believe it or not, it's true. So this hand, for ordinary person, this hand, did it exist from the last year? Yes. Look at my face. I'm not a young boy like this. You can see that I've been on this planet Earth for many years. You can see that. Now, this hand existed. So this hand, yesterday's hand and today's hand, which is younger? Yesterday's hand is 1 day younger. You agree? So that is the cause of the today's older hand. Yes, no. So yesterday's hand became today's hand. Yes, no. So what was the today's hand's substantial cause? Yesterday's hand. Don't forget it. And this hand behaving so nastily today like this, throwing the other's hand, was a cooperative cause of this? Other person being nasty to you. That is a cooperative cause of your hand becoming very aggressive. Whereas the substantial cause of this hand is not the other person's uttering something. Substantial cause of this hand is yesterday's. You're getting it? And the food that you ate 10 years ago, the food that you ate 5 years ago, these are these substances which transform into this hand. For example, cell changes, cell mutations happen, right? Cells die, new cells regenerate. You're getting it? So these cells, regeneration of the cells happen from what? From food that you eat. You're getting it? So these food particles which became a part of your hand, they become the substantial cause of this hand. So in simple terms, what we can say is that yesterday's hand is today's hand substantial cause, and today's being very aggressive is the other person being nasty to you. That is the cooperative cause. You agree? Okay. Likewise, your anger today. Somebody says that you look like, okay, the Manasi, if I may ask your age, you look like 28. And she would just, for her, it doesn't matter. She's a yogi, no problem. For some of us, even just 1 year, it's just 1 month. Once, okay, once I went to a dental clinic, and the doctor, he looks very tired, and he must be in his, I think, 68. Must be 60. And I was in my 40s, not like now. I was like 10 years younger. I was in my 40s. And then he said that the dental clinic, or the dentist, he told me that, okay, now I've grown old. I cannot work as like before. I feel tired. I'm already 68. And he asked me, how old are you? And I said, I was in 40s. I said, I'm 70 years. And he said, no, 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 you're not 70. I said, yes, I'm 70. He said, no, you're not 70. And I told him, guess what do you think? How old I am? He said, you look like 60s. From 40, I was in 60. He compromised 10 years. I said 70 and he reduced 10. And then if those people with 1 month, you say that you're 1 month older, they become upset. Then the 20 years increase, then you will die. You're getting it? Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is that now your anger that somebody said that you look like 30. Actually, you're 29, right? Like Sanjeet. And this boy, 29. And they said, you look like 30, right? And then you start so angry. But two of them, no effect, right? No effect. No effect. Sanjeet, no effect. It's fine. Yeah, yeah, I'm 35. Just say that. Okay, so what I'm saying is that for some, it can be very offensive, right? It can be very offensive. Okay. So this anger, what is the cooperative cause of this anger? Hey, what happens? Varshaji, Varshaji, somebody saying that you are 30 years old while you're only 20, while you're 29 years old, that serves as the cooperative cause of your anger. What is the substantial cause of this anger? Yesterday's, yesterday's. No, you are not angry. I know. Yesterday you are not angry. Yesterday's mind. You're getting it? Say, look, the same hand. This is known as aggressive. This is known as gentle, gentle and calm. You getting it? It's the same hand. Same hand demonstrated in two different ways, depending on what kind of cooperative causes. It's the same hand. So, what is the cause? It's the same mind. It's the same mind when it goes wild. This is known as anger. When the same mind when it becomes calm, like a dog. Sometimes the same dog can be very aggressive to the visitors, but so gentle to the owners. Right? It's the same dog, different dog, different dog. That's it. They have different. That's interesting. Sneha, it's the same dog, different dog. Same dog. You're getting it? So I don't think the people pulling dogs are different from other dogs. The same dog, but same dog behaves very aggressively to some visitors, and same dog behaves so nicely to your owner. So likewise, the same mind can behave very aggressively, known as anger. Same mind can behave very gently, as known as compassion. As simple as that. Got it? So today's anger, but it also has a cooperative cause and the substantial cause. What is the cooperative cause of this anger? Somebody saying nasty things to you, somebody being unkind to you. So these are the cooperative cause. Say somebody being unkind to you. If that is a substantial cause of your anger, is it substantial cause of your anger or not? If yes, if you say yes, what's the problem? Then the other person's nastiness should become your anger. It doesn't become your anger. It triggered the anger. You're getting it? These two are different. It triggered, does not become your anger. You're getting it? The person remains the person. That same trigger person. Okay. Now, what is the substantial cause of this anger? Yesterday, you were very gentle. There's no anger. Yesterday's mind. As simple as that. Yesterday's mind. Or you can say the preceding mind. The mind which preceded the anger. The same person's mind which preceded the anger. So anger is also a mental state. The mental state in a wild form, aggressive form. That is known as anger. So it's like the hand, somebody says, hey, hey, hey. What, hey, hey, hey? You throw the other person's hand. So that is an aggressive hand. So we say, hey, any problem? It's fine. You'll be fine. Or you will say, thank you. Even your hand is so gentle, nice, right? Look at this hand, right? Look at this, it's so gentle, nice. Hey, right? What is this? So you say the same hand can be even put in ways. And some people we talk about what is that? The Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's the same person, different person. Same person behaving in two different ways. You're getting it? The same person, depending on the different situations, either external factors or internal dopamine, right? Not necessarily dopamine. There are many other the happy hormones and stress hormones. But if stress hormones ignite, the person becomes Mr. Hyde, right? And then when the dopamine released, the person becomes Dr. Jekyll. You're getting a same person. You agree? Not agree? And how many you behave as Mr. Hyde sometimes? Sometimes Dr. Jekyll has sometimes. All of us, all of us, all of us. Don't think that this is a story. It's a cooked up story. No, that's inside within us. The same person behave as Mr. Hyde. Okay, Miss Hyde. And doctress or doctress. Doctor is fine, right? Dr. Jekyll. Or Dr. what? Dr. Jekyll. Okay, so what I'm saying is that it's within us. And don't say that it's a story. It's within us. The nice person, not nice person, it's a matter of how you demonstrate. So with this in mind, now a very serious matter is that once you understand what is the meaning of substantial cause and the correlative cause, say for example, say at times memory loss. Say how many of you have memory loss issues? Memory loss issues, memory weakening. Raise hands, memory issues. Okay. Mr. Sham, no problem. Well, that's amazing. Okay, which means that you are 29. Okay. This girl, how old are you? Ah, any memory loss issue? No, you don't know that. You are 25. Okay. You have memory loss issue? Okay. So the say memory loss. So what is happening? Brain neurons are dying. Neurons are dying. Or the synaptic connections. Synaptic connections are not properly created. Synaptic connections, they're becoming loose. You getting it? So memory loss is because of so either neurons dying or synaptic connections becoming loose, or the transmission of the chemicals and electrical impulses through the synaptic connections is becoming loose because of the lack of the flow of blood in the brain. We're getting there multiple reasons. Or your mind, or your mind. For example, let's say that, okay, how many you don't drive, don't know how to drive? How many don't know how to drive? Okay, let's say that somebody says that, oh, I have the urgent work to do. I have to go to the hospital urgently. Please help me. Say I don't get Uber. And somebody gives a Rolls Royce next to you, next to a Manasi, right? Rolls Royce, Manasi. You drive, you don't drive. You said, I don't drive. Why do you raise hand? Okay, you raise hands, those who do not drive. Ask that. Okay, let's say Asa says, I mean, please help me. I need a car. And the person leaves a Rolls Royce next to you. And there's nobody around you. So what can you do? So Rolls is without, same. You agree? Whereas those who drive, baby, you drive, gives the Rolls Royce there next to her, she'll drive. You're getting it? For her, it makes sense. So some people may have built amazing brains. The connections are so good, blood flow is so good, and the neurons are so intact, young, like this girl or anyone younger, or the boy over there, this boy, anyone else in your 20, below 25 presents. The girl over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone else? Did no? Okay, Audrey. Okay, so what I'm saying is that say for these young people, the neurons, generally speaking, not 100%, not always 100% case. Generally speaking, the neurons, the number of the neurons for them, they are more intact in number because neurons, it says that they don't regenerate. This is a problem with the neurons. For the rest of the other bodies, they degenerate, they regenerate. But neurons, don't regenerate. You have to keep your neurons intact. You're getting it? So therefore, you're always going after the Instagram, Facebook, it'll damage your neurons because this is all garbage. And for this garbage, we don't need the sophisticated neurons. So sophisticated neurons will die because you are not using them. And then the memory loss can happen. This is very dangerous. So smart people, what they do is that, for example, studying these very sophisticated concepts. How many of you thought about the substantial cost and the cooperative cost before? How many thought about it? We never thought about it. You thought about it. You learn about it, right? Otherwise, we don't learn about it. It does not occur to our mind. So now you're learning these things. Particularly, you learn about emptiness, the logic, the concept, how the logic works, how the mind works, logical way. You learn about the system of logic. You learn about the emptiness concept, how your mind can sophisticatedly go into a deeper reality. Your brain is activated to the fullest. Where the brain is activated to the fullest and consistently, new synaptic connections create. No new neurons are generated. No new neurons are generated. These studies will help you to. These synaptic connections are created new. Connections are newly created. Same neurons. And then with this synaptic connections, this determines the power of your thinking, sophistication of thinking. You're getting it? So therefore, many people who have no idea about the sophisticated philosophy and so forth, what they do is that they keep playing. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to do that. They keep playing these games in the gambling. Some games in the gambling, what is that? Dice. These things to make you think. Say they reach age 80, they reach age 90, they spend 1 hour doing these games. And sometimes what is Sudoku? What is that? Sudoku, right? That is, people deliberately do that, sometimes not for fun, just to keep their brain active, to keep the synaptic connections very fun. But the synaptic connections, how they're connected, again, there are so many different layers. You getting it? Okay. Sometimes this is where we need to have the sophistications in your thinking, the technicalities. What happened was that one time there was this it happens quite often that a sick person came and I suggested that, and the person told me that the allopathic Western medicine gave up on that person. So I said, okay, so there's a Tibetan there's a Tibetan doctor. I recommended Dr. Tamden. There's one Tibetan doctor who is extremely good. You can seek his help. And he said, is it the Tibetan medicine? I said, yes. And then the person said that, oh, we also have a Tibetan medicine. I said that I am not recommending a Tibetan medicine. I'm recommending the doctor, not a doctor. You're getting it? These are nuances. So amongst the doctors, there are various levels of sophistications, expertise. Some extreme expert, and some are just normal. You're getting it? So therefore, don't equate everything. Or synaptic connections, okay, so to go. Synaptic connections build. No, it's just one way of building the synaptic connections. Synaptic connections, there are various kinds. Synaptic connections to make you feel compassion, very profoundly compassionate. Some people cognitively extremely sharp, but effectively compassion was zero. Oh, you getting it? So that's synaptic connection meant for the compassion element that is missing. Simply because the synaptic connection doesn't brain active, doesn't mean that your brain is active from every element. Where compassion increases, your joy increases. Where you are the cognitive ability, the cognitive aspect increases, it becomes more refined, your confidence level increases. You're getting it? The compassion increases, your joy increases. What do you want? You want joy or confidence? Hey, louder. What do you want, joy or confidence? Smart. This girl, what's your name? Benija. She said both, right? Don't say joy. Don't say confidence. Both. Why not both? You have the capacity for both, right? What do you like to have, dal or rice? Don't say dal, rice. I said both. Why not? You can have both. You're getting it? Both. You can have both. So confidence stops the tears. You're getting it? Confidence stops the tears. So somebody who doesn't know how to do what is 2 plus 10 equals, 2 plus 10 equals, I don't know, the person cries. If you know 2 plus 10 equals 12, you will not cry. Because you have the confidence. You're getting it? Confidence stops your tears. But the confidence, there's so many, again, layers of confidence. You're getting it? Today, one takeaway is that, everything has so many layers. You're getting it? Compassion, many layers. Anger has many layers. Confidence, many layers. Synaptic connection, many layers. Right? It's not just one. Okay. So having said this, the mind, it is like now it's easier for you. Say a mind is like the hand. At times your hand can become very aggressive, right? Can punch, and so no, can say, get out. How many said it, Vicens? Get out. Said it? Yeah. So now, never. Get in. Right, your daughter. Don't go out, get in. Get in. Okay. Some people say get out, some say get in. Okay. So what I'm saying is that sometimes, so now, what's your daughter's name? Andesha. They say, so get in, right? Sometimes Andesha, just come in, right? Very gentle. And she comes in. When she get in, she will get out, right? So therefore, look at this. Just it's the same thing. Likewise, for example, say your hand can be very aggressive and very gentle. Yes, that makes sense. So for your hand to become the gentle, what is the cooperative cause? Gentle factors. What is the substantial cause? Previous movement of the hand. You're getting it? Okay, now what is the opposite of gentleness? Harsh, aggressive hands. What is the cooperative cause of the aggressive hands? Somebody being not nice to you, then the hand can be very aggressive, or the anger. And what is the cooperative, what is the substantial cause of this aggressive hand? The preceding hand. So substantial cause is the same, but the cooperative causes are different. You're getting it? So therefore, the same hand can behave differently. Okay. Having said this, your mind can behave very aggressively, can behave very nicely, gently. You're getting it? So what is the substantial cause of this mind, which behaves very aggressively? It is good. What is the substantial cause of this mind, today's mind, which behaves very aggressively? Anyone? Previous state of the mind, previous moment of the mind, previous moment of the mind. Okay, suddenly you become very gentle, right? Okay, what is sometimes you become very aggressive and suddenly you, right? You behave very aggressively and suddenly you see that let's say your husband, your wife, and, she starts to have heart palpitations, so aggressive. And then you regret because you love that person so much. So your child, you love the child so much, and the child is a little mischievous. You just lose your temper and you shout, and the child starts shrinking. You could see that, and you feel so dreadful. Yes, and you instantly you what? You hug the child. Okay, so the first moment you're very aggressive. Your mind is so aggressive. The second moment you hug the child. So you regret. Okay, so your mind changes. Substantial cause of the mind change or not? Hey, substantial cause remains the same. What changed? Cooperative cause changes. First, the aggression. Cooperative causes that the child behaves nasty, mischievously. That's a cooperative cause for your mind to become aggressive. Then the next moment, you see the child shrinking, becoming so afraid. That serves as a cause for you to feel the guilt. And then you embrace it. You getting it? So corporate causes change, but the substantial cause remain the same for the mind. Now, your mind can lose memory. Your mind can increase your memory, right? Increase memory. The memory loss can happen. Memory increment can happen. But the say what is happening? Increment, decrease. All this happen on the mental level. Substantially, it's the same thing, but the corporate can differ make the difference. So likewise, that when you don't learn things, then the memory slowly shuts down. You learn something more. You learn something more. Okay, Charu, what are the five omnipresent mental factors? Okay, let's all remember that. All remember. I'll ask one by one. What are the five omnipresent mental factors? Contact, attention, discrimination, feeling, intention. Okay, now raise hands. Who remembers that? Okay, Neha, tell me, what are they? Contact, attention, discrimination, feeling. Amazing. Okay, now one by one. Ready? One by one. Ready? Okay, who are not ready? Raise hands. Okay, why you're not ready? Huh? No, why you're not ready? Hey, what are those people who did not raise hands? You're too indifferent. What happened? Huh? Okay, so which means that you do not raise hand means you raise a hand to say I'm not ready. Right? You're not ready. Why you're not ready? Tell me. Because okay, why Charuji has all this on her fingertips? Why Neha has all this on her fingertips? Neha, you joined the NDC 2, 3, 4, NDC 5 and NMC 2. So she studied all these. Shweta, same. Charu, okay, NDC 2 and NMC 2. So they have learned these things. So they have actually created a synaptic connection. You're getting it? It's not that they have regenerated the neurons. Nobody can regenerate the neurons, right? But we can do is that they have built the synaptic connections of the memory through constant studies and constant contemplation. So that way the memory is reinforced. Now it's on the fingertips. In fact, how they are saying is the faster than how I would say. Was I would think in Tibetan, I would not think in English. You're getting it? So because they learn in English, so therefore they think in English. So therefore they send a connection much better than mine. Okay, so what I'm saying is that the memory and so forth is the same mind, but the activity of the mind, how active, how slow, or no activity, and so forth is all determined. The mind per se is the same, but determined by the other factors. You're getting it? So the brain, if damage to the brain happens, the wheel, say your car, you're in a car, the car wheel breaks, then your car slows down. It doesn't mean that you are broken. You're not broken. You're intact in the car. So your mind is like the individual, the driver, and the car is like your brain. So your brain is very important for you to drive, go to a faraway place. Your car is very important. How many agree with me? Yes. And you can go only with the help of the car. Only with the help of the car, with the help of the aeroplane. You can keep walking to America from India. You're getting it? You have to use the aeroplane. So what I'm saying is that your brain is very important. Your mind, how it exhibits, it depends on the cooperative causes. So the brain is the cooperative cause of your mind. Now the next thing is your mind, previous moment of mind is your substantial cause. The brain is your cooperative cause. When the brain damage happens to your brain, then what happens is that, for example, like say somebody say me through something, let's say me remaining alive depends on food. And somebody gives me food, very healthy food every day. And one day that person is gone. And then I get very simple food. Then my body health deteriorates. You getting it? So there, what is happening is that my mind, to sustain my mind, the substantial cost remains the same. The person does not serve a substantial cost, but the person is the cooperative cause. Giving me food, now the food has qualities goes down, gone down. The brain doesn't get adequate food, so the mind becomes more sluggish in thinking. You're getting it? Sometimes you're so tired. Actually, your brain is tired. Your brain is tired, your mind cannot think because the brain is a cooperative cause for the mind. Likewise, at times you have a good sleep, you have a good sleep, you get up, you have a power nap, you get up, you feel so fresh, presents. So how would you prefer to go for power nap? In a sense? How many you prefer to go to have a power nap? But power nap, we're not sure whether you will have power nap or a power sleep. You don't know. You're getting it? Sometimes it can be power nap. Sometimes you say 15 minutes power nap and you get up, you feel like sleeping more. You're getting it, you feel even more dizzy, even more tired. You agree? So it's not in your hand, right? We call it power nap. It's a nice label, but actually we are not sure. It's not in your hand. Okay. So what I'm saying is these are all what? Cooperative causes of your mind. And for the mind, what is substantial cause? The previous moment of your mind is a substantial cause. You're getting it? Okay, now if you want to know what this mind is, which serves as substantial cause to the next moment of mind, what is this mind is? The best would be, don't think of the sensory consciousnesses. Think of the mental consciousness. You're getting it? Sensory consciousness is a little tricky. You will understand it way later after understanding the mental consciousness. What is mental consciousness? Last time we discussed about it already. Okay, you think about a flower. Think of a flower. Think of a flower. Think of a flower. Okay, so the image comes. Image of flower comes. Image of flower. Thank you. Image of flower comes. That image, where did it come? Where is that image? In front or where? In your mind, not outside, not anywhere. You getting it? Where is this mind? It's not visible. It's not visible. It's not visible. That mind to which the image comes, that is your mental consciousness. You're getting it? It's an empirical reality. How many of you say that? That's true. It happens. Results? That's true. I don't have to believe in you. It happens. The image comes. But to some people, very rare. I don't know what that and the what that. I don't want to call it as a disease. I don't want to call it as a disorder. You getting it? Some people they cannot have such image. Is there any problem? Is there anyone who has this problem? Some people. I met with some, and later I checked it. I checked it on the I came to know that yes, this is a problem. Some people they don't have this image, what we call as the generic image, never comes to the mind. Yeah, I came across 2 or 3 people, one girl and one man. Okay, so the but all of us, how many you have? How many you don't have this issue? Raise hands. Image comes right away. Okay, the gentleman over there, it comes, not come. It comes. Very good. Okay. Okay. It comes good. Right? Right? Okay, it comes as good because you are in a way you want to have this nice image every day. I know. Okay. So now okay, okay. Now what I'm saying is that okay, okay. So same this image comes. This image comes to your Your mind. Which mind? Mental consciousness. When we say mental consciousness, don't think of some abstract thing. Empirical experience, which you can feel, which I can feel. You're getting it? Which you can feel, which I can feel. That is the empirical experience. We're talking about the empirical reality, right? And the abstract things, say, for example, say, when in a monastery, I can talk about abstract things. And when you're in a temple, you're in your own monastery, temple, centers, you can talk about the abstract things, fine, right? But here we are talking about the empirical reality, empirical experience. That is known as mental consciousness. That mental consciousness, and still you want to see even more clearly, what is that like? Yes, I can see that this image is formed. There's images formed. Yes, I know this, but then where is it formed? I'm not seeing this. Okay. So for this, you don't worry. You are seeing it? Good. Right? You're getting it? So one time, I was in a bank. There was another customer who saw me, and then it reminded him of an incident in Japan. Because I look like Japanese. He said, when I was in Japan, this university news. But that is what he said. I said, are you vegetarian? I said, are you vegetarian? He said, yes. I said, that you're vegetarian. I'm vegetarian. Very good. Right? It's his problem, it's not your problem. You're vegetarian, very good. And if you don't approve the non-vegetarians, I'm not non-vegetarian, I'm vegetarian. You're good. It's their problem. Let it be their problem. Shut up. You're getting it. So our job is first take care of yourself. First take care of yourself. So I'm sure that this man, he has so many family issues. He should discuss family issues with me. Why should you discuss somebody else's issue? First discuss your problem. Solve your problem. Then solve others' problem. You're getting it? So otherwise, we don't tend to see you have so much a problem in you, so much problem. And so again, you are taking more problems from the outside. Why should you have to be bothered? You should be judgmental of somebody else. In a way, you're doing something, it's actually judgmental. That itself is your problem. I said that, okay, just be happy. You're vegetarian, you're very nice, amazing, very good. You're not non-veg, you're veg. So good. I'm also veg. Don't be judgmental of me. I'm also veg. Right? So that is their problem. You leave it on them. Is their problem, leave it on them. Don't take it on yourself. Be happy. Okay. So therefore, honestly, as long as that image comes to your mind, that's good enough. Right? I know you're very kind, you want to help others. Okay. Okay. So having said this, this is very important. Now, 51. Can you read this? Okay. Okay, can you read this? Fine. So from here, it reads, identify the unique cause that indispensably determines the result. Meaning that, for example, say, okay, let's say that, okay, the mind is always corollary to the previous mind. So what your mind is today is substantial cause, is the previous moment of mind, presence of which aids the previous moment of mind, aids or helps the next moment of mind to arise. Therefore, it is a unique, indispensable cause. So your mind, it came from the previous moment of the mind. You're getting it? Previous moment of mind, and your brain is a cooperative cause. It's not a uniquely indispensable cause. Thus, it is referred to as the seven. Okay, that's it. That will take time. Is fine. 52. On some occasions, the body does help to continue with the mind. Say, damage to the brain, your mental activities shut down, but the mind does not shut down. Don't forget it. You're getting it? your mental activities can shut down. For example, let's say that on the if you are Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt, hey, the runner, right? The fastest runner in the world today, Usain Bolt, which means he can run 9.5 seconds. Well, less than 9.5 seconds. It doesn't matter. 9.5 seconds, 100 meters in 9.5 seconds, let's say. And if he suddenly, while he was going to the competition, on the way he meets with the accident and his the leg broken. Can you run 9.5? Is he still Usain Bolt? He's still Usain Bolt. You're getting it? It's not that his Usain Bolt is broken. Usain Bolt is Usain Bolt, but he cannot run that fast. So, therefore, his skills is not lost. His skill is not lost, but the thing is that temporarily he cannot run. He cannot run even 10 meters. Forget about 100 meters temporarily. So when he's healed, again can he can come back to that, or maybe less. It may be then 9.6 or 9.7 because the original one and the one is repaired. These two are different, right? Original car, new car, and the repaired car. These are different. Yes, drivers, you know that. Varshaji, you agree? You drive? So you agree with me? Yes. So therefore, it says that saying that on some occasions the body does help to continue with the mind. For example, damage to the brain, it contributes to it. For example, you have very poor diet, always junk food, junk food, junk food, right? Your brain can go down. Whereas you eat healthy food, healthy food, your brain can become more and more vibrant. Not because you have regenerated neurons, but the cells become healthier. Neurons become healthier. Not that the new neurons are created, but the neurons that you already have, they become healthier. Okay, so on some occasions, the body does have to continue with the mind. Like if I to a picture, the mind does not revert. Just okay. So you get some understanding what we're discussing. Okay. Okay. Tea time. Yes. So we have class till 1 o'clock. Okay. So tea break, short tea break. Yes. Which means Okay. So from the questions coming up, there are many good questions. I really appreciate this. And now the number of questions that I have from here, I can see that we can also do a session on this. Questions are very good. And before I delve with the other question, there's one question which young boy gave me just during the break time. And it says, it has two parts. First the question, and second part it says direct the comment. First is that why the new generation they are not so competent in the sustainable relationship and how they can improve these things. You understand the question? Okay. Then I said that, leave it on the table. And he said that even if you give some answer, how can you believe that your answer is correct? Because you don't have experience yourself. Then I said, listen, listen to what I have to say. If it's garbage, throw this. If it's useful, take it. What's the problem? You're getting it? Okay, it's not necessary. It's not that the whole world complication should be resolved today. You're getting it? There are things which I can resolve, there are things which I cannot resolve. If I don't resolve that, you feel it garbage, throw it. You're getting it? So therefore, it's not a big deal. So these are things the where so we learn from things. And then if I said it wrong, can you take a lesson? Okay, later if I were to get a chance to speak, I should not speak like what he said, wrong answers. So that's a lesson that you take from my saying something wrong. You're getting it? So what I'm saying is that don't take things too rigidly. This is the message. And I'm going to give the answer right away. Answer to this, how to maintain a sustainable relationship. In fact, I've no experience, you're right. But I've many experiences, having seen with many complicated relationships. And my job is perhaps I've met with many of these complicated relationships more than those people who go through this complicated relationship themselves. So one message that I give is that the moment you are together, boyfriend, girlfriend, or as husband, wife, or as a young couple, whatever, don't fight over the triviality. This message. First time. What did you say? Don't fight over the triviality. Triviality is meaning small things. Let go. You're getting it? Same. If your husband says that this clock should be here, say yes. Okay, yes, keep it there. Don't say no. Why? It should be here, right? The husband should be here. No, it should be here, right? And the volumes increase, and the temperature increases, and the blood pressure increases. You're getting it? And then the husband says that where's the paracetamol? The paracetamol is here. It should be here. And why? Why not? It should be here. And then both of you, what? Your blood pressure increases. But actually, the paracetamol the position is not here or there. It is in your stomach. You have to eat it because your temperature has gone up. You're getting it? So therefore, stop the trivial fights. Stop the trivial fights. Your relationship will be beautiful. You're getting it? And the practice said, hey, and I asked him, do you have a girlfriend? He said no. He said no. Because he openly asked this question to me, I openly asked this question to him. No, sir. He said no. So keep this message in your mind and apply it. If it works, it's magic. If it doesn't work, dump it. Got the message? Good. Okay, this part is done. So since there are many questions, I will reserve it for this afternoon. I reserve this question. And if you have more questions, please continue to bring them. The questions will really help us. Or other way of doing it is we do the question answer now. What is better? Later. Okay. Okay. So there are some materials which need to be covered. So in other words, say the brain-mind relationship, the brain-mind relationship, say the some of us, we can go into the extremes. One say it's just a brain, there's no mind. Some say it's purely mind, there's no brain. These are all extremes. In other words, we should learn how to be realistic, how to be objective, to know what the reality is. Reality, the relationship is not just like mind always dominating over the brain. No, the brain always dominates over the mind. You're getting it? This is a two-way traffic. It's not only one way. But sometimes when the brain is damaged, the mind cannot do anything. For example, if the child is sick, the mother is trapped. If the mother is sick, the child is trapped. It's two ways. Overall speaking, the child is dependent on the mother. Overall speaking. But if the mother is sick, the child cannot do anything. If the child is sick, the mother cannot do anything. The mother is trapped. The mother has to spend a whole lot of time around the child. If the mother is sick, even if the child can do anything, but the child is school always thinks about the mother. And he or she cannot focus on the studies. Always about the mother. So it's two-way traffic, the brain and mind relationship. Yet, if two ways, then how can I say that mind can be very different from the brain? For that, we have to understand substantial cause and the cooperative. So you're getting it? So for the mind, for example, saying for okay, this is one thing that I'm on the verge to forget it. Okay, I will share with you before I forget it. Say okay, I think it should be here in the presentation. Let's say, okay, in a way, it is the is less okay. Can you see? Okay, the Sanjeet, what's your name? Sanjit. Can you see? Okay, not very clear. So what we do is that is a way by which we can. This is and I will not leave it on maybe. I'll not leave it on that. Maybe I don't trust. Because maybe means may not be. Better now? Yes? Okay, good. This is a very important point. The law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. Say that the matter is never created and never destroyed. We learned that. We learned that. And that matter at the most it can be converted to energy. Energy can at the most be converted to energy, or energy converted to matter. Matter, energy, that's it. But it's not going to be destroyed. It's not going to be created. This is physics. Don't forget it. Okay. So if we work on this, then for example, say your body, my hand, Your hands. My hands, this I acquired from my parents. My parents, they acquired from their parents. So, and also greatly, the substantial cause came from my parents. And then they say it now it has the same the cause, the primary cause, which is also known as unique indispensable cause. Unique indispensable cause of this hand came from my parents. That's a fact. Meanwhile, say the say that the so now this hand the survives the last over 50 years, 50 over years. This hand survived over the last 50 over years. And how it survived is because of the food that I took. You agree? The food that I took. And the blood transfers, carries the food to the cells, and this is how the cells are sustained, bone cells, blood cells, and the any other cells. Now, let's say that when I die, what happens? Okay, it will be buried or burned, cremated, and this will become like ash and will be then absorbed as nutrients by the plants, and then the plants will be eaten by some animals, or the plants will die, again become nutrients to the next plant, eaten by the animals, and then the other animals again eaten by like the food cycle. So this is how again somebody else will eat the plant, they eat the apples or the plants, and it becomes a part of their body. So tell me that the hand that this hand is nothing but made of electrons, protons, neutrons. You agree with hands? Good. And that this electron basic elements, electrons, protons, neutrons, and they can change into what they call with the antimatter, meeting with the antimatter, they can change into energy back into the matter. So this is how it goes. So if you go back in time and go in the future, you can go in the future both ways. You can go back in time, you can also go in the future. If you go back in time, if you go back in time, so thus far, scientifically speaking, thus far we can go back to 15 billion years ago. This is what we can go at the moment through calculation, physics calculation, 15 billion years, singularity, the Big Bang, this point. Which means that you agree with me that atoms which constitute this hand, atoms which constitute your body, they all came from 15 billion years ago. You agree? You agree? Okay, if you have no clue what he's talking about, why 15 and why he's so confident, it's all physics. We trust physics. You're getting it? So this is, and then of course, how we trust physics is based on physics. They come up with the Doppler effect, what is known as the redshift effect, Doppler effect, and so forth on these bases, and then you get some idea what is Doppler effect. So you can conjecture. So how things are expanding now. Expansion means you go back in time, they were smaller. At the moment it is big, massive, which means 100 years ago, 1 million years ago, 1 billion years ago, things were all closer. So this is how is calculated or inferred. Okay, let's do it. So which means that the atoms, the matter which constitute our body, your body, the food that we eat, this table and so forth, they were nothing new. They all came from the Big Bang singularity. This is what we have learned. So with this, if you think more on this, at the moment we have very naive thought that the things can come suddenly new. We say that this is something which really surprises me, or a great curiosity which I couldn't resolve it too well, is that people say that, oh, this is organic, this is chemically produced, this is organic. Do I agree with this, I fully agree with this. Don't think that I'm too negative. No, I fully agree. There's organic, there's chemical. But my question is, this chemical came from where? Organic came from naturally. This chemical came from where? This is my question. Now, from naturally or from somewhere you expect there's some place where in the lab, in science lab, then you create something, create something from nowhere. And that's known as chemical. It's just something like this. There should be the raw materials. You're getting it? For even for the extraction, you require the raw materials. What is extracted also existed in raw nature. In other words, everything, even what we call is chemical, refined, sugar, refined oil, whatever, these are all instant coffee. This all came from nature. There's nothing which nature does not produce. Everything that we call as chemical, organic, whatever, they all come from the nature. You agree? You agree? Whereas we have false saying, of course, don't say that organic doesn't mean any organic natural occurring. And chemical is also natural occurring. Natural occurring, then the science say, for example, say, okay, let's say that this is organic chocolate. This is organic chocolate. What do you mean organic, non-organic? Non-organic is something which is processed. This chocolate, no way the chocolate is born in the field. It's processed. It's also processed. But still, conventionally, we can demarcate between what is an organic chocolate and a non-organic chocolate. We can differentiate it. It doesn't mean that I'm totally against all these things. It's not that I'm skeptic to everything. So we have to accept these realities. But in short, what I'm saying is that all what we have, matter that we have, nobody created this, and none of this is going to be destroyed. No creation, no destruction of these atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons. So you're getting it? Okay, don't go into the religious things. Stay in physics. You're getting it? Stay in physics. For the time being, is your free will to go into religious belief or to stay in physics? It's your free will. But what I'm saying is that if you want this to make sense to you, what we are discussing to make sense for the time being, give whatever belief system that you have, give them a sign. And perhaps your belief system may not actually accord with the real belief system. It can be your own interpretation. And it may make you so emotional. You're getting it. Oh, here's something very different away from my belief system. In fact, some of when I give these talks in the Buddhist, the monasteries, and some of the young monks, they're totally against me, saying that he's against Buddhism. You're getting it. This is their naivety, right? Okay, so these great masters from all the different traditions, the Hinduism, Christianity, these great masters, like Islam, for example, Rumi, Kabir, that's amazing. Amazing. Jainism, brilliant masters of the air. Non-believers, brilliant thinkers of the air. So therefore, the the point is that these great thinkers, it's amazing. We have to learn from them. Okay, so what I'm saying is that, in short, the more we think about this, that the matter and these things, at the most, they can be the physical world operates based on the physical law. The physical world operates based on the physical law of cause and effect. This is one thing. And then on that basis, we see that there's a creation, there's no destruction of the matter. So whatever matter that we have now, they all came from 15 billion years ago, Big Bang, right? And what is before that? It's all questions, open questions to even to the physicists. Okay, so having said this, now we have learned a little bit about the substantial cause of the mind. Substantial cause of the mind. Substantial cause of the matter. Substantial cause of the matter. Substantial cause of the mind. Substantial cause of the matter is matter, 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 matter. Go back to 15 billion years. And substantial cause of mind, mind. You're getting it? Think of it very seriously. Think of it more deeply. You don't have to accept it. You don't reject it right away. Just get this information, this very precious information. Take it with you, contemplate more. You will feel more and more confident. Say the mind is like a hand. Your hand can be very aggressively and can be very gently. Your mind can behave very aggressively, your mind can behave very gently. So there's some substance there, which is the basis for all these activities. Gentle activity, aggressive activities. Likewise, the mind, there's some substance, not in the physical substance, but a mental substance is there, which is behaving in these different forms. You get again? So substantial cause and the corporative causes. The physical matters, they are the corporative causes of mind, and the mind, preceding moment of mind, is the substantial cause of the present moment of mind. So this, we need to get the information, and it should become more and more clear. Think more. Think more. If it's correct, the clarity will come to you. It's not correct, you will say that, and you will see that this is not really correct. So you may be, but don't just say it's not, it doesn't make sense, and then discard it. No, you should have reasons. You should have reasons. And also you invite people, you invite questions, you invite responses from others. Don't just feel complacent with the thoughts that you come up with. Invite, entertain questions, entertain responses from others. So that way you will see that there are actually two things. One is the material continuum, and the other one is the mental continuum. There are two. So just as a material continuum may say on the spot, it appears as different forms. Like at the moment, it takes the form of my hand. And then after, say, how many years? I don't know, 10 years, 2 years, 2 days, 2 years, I die. The moment I die, this hand become like this soil. It go into dust, soil, and will be consumed as nutrient by some plants, animals, whatever. So this is how it continues. You agree? So the more we think about this, then the mind also continues. The mind, it is a substantial entity, and it is a cooperative entity. And the cooperative entities, they aid, they help to make the mind functionally take the different courses. Functionally, aggressive or gentle or more neutral, whatever. But as a substance, it has its own substance, not shared with the matter. So that becomes your mind. This mind, and then particularly when you learn how to observe this mind, what is this mind like? It is no physical substance, but still there's something. And it's a reality. It's an empirical reality. You learn how to observe this, you learn how to catch it, and then you sustain this memory, then it becomes clearer, clearer, and clearer. Then you become very confident. There's a stream of matter and a stream of mind. Two things are there. So the matter-wise, it goes till the Big Bang. It goes down at infinitum. Likewise, the mind, where does it come from? It came from the previous mind, not from the matter. The matter serves as cooperative cause, not the substance cause. Previous. So therefore, the mind that you have today, if you go track it back, you will see the mind at the level of the first moment of conception in the mother's womb. You're getting it? And even that mind, what is its substantial cause? Previous. That previous moment becomes the mind of your previous life. And then you die. This mind will not annihilate. It will not be destroyed completely. Again, it will continue. Right? Say the cooperative causes for this mind. For example, my mind, your mind, today behaves as a human mind. For example, say we look at somebody else, the boys, the girls, or oh, he's my mom, she's my mom, he's my dad, my brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, children, whatever. So you see that, and in the eyes of the lions, they don't see you as some, they don't see as some what brothers say, they see you as a food. You understand it? So this is their mindset. In their mind, they see you as a food. In the eyes, in the mind of your mother, they see you as a daughter. They see you as a son. You're getting it? So this mind takes different, the perception, depending on the cooperative causes. What are the cooperative causes? Human brain or the lion's brain. You're getting it? Is the human brain, you'll see it as, oh, this is my brother, sister, mom. And if it's the lion's brain, you'll see you as a food. You're getting it? Delicious food. Okay. So the point is that, so this mind, determine the brain affects this mind to take what kind of functions. Functionally, so how it functions. Matter-wise, brain has nothing to do with it, but functional-wise, it has. The brain has a lot to do. And the mind also has a lot to do to control the functions of the brain. This is an extremely important thing. At the moment, there's, say, in the world, you look for any other materials, you find such materials so less materials to discuss on how the mind affects the brain, how the brain affects the mind. This is very common. You'll see this ample materials are there, scientific researches are there, but how the mind affects. Yes, it does affect. And they say the neuroscientists, they don't talk too much about this. In the medical science, it is taught because medically speaking, finally the patient should be healed. Patient should recover. That is the practical purpose of the medicine. Now, the patient to recover, the mind plays a very important role. So the doctors advise the patients to be calm, be patient, be calm. Okay, don't be too aggressive. Don't think about that. It counts a lot to manage the mind, and the mind affects the brain. Mind affects the body. And the calm mind has a tremendous capacity to heal for your recovery, very quick recovery, and stable recovery. So this is reality. So with this in mind, they say your mind goes down, and at the time when your mind separates from the body, there's a time that you died, is your death. So then the mind ejects out of the body. So this mind doesn't disappear. Just as the matter doesn't disappear, it goes ad infinitum in different forms. For example, today it takes the form of the hand, right? Today it takes the form of, your human body, male body, female body, and so forth. And then you die, and it can take the form of apples. Someone's going to eat it, right? Yes, it does happen. It does happen. And the apples we're eating, for example, how many cells or how many atoms from the Alexander the Great? Yeah, Akbar or what? Huh? Aurangzeb, right? How many of these atoms are coming in when you're eating? You're getting in the atoms of defeat. Yes, of course. When you think about it, you don't feel like eating the apples. That's a reality. That's a reality, right? And there are many worse things I'm not going to mention. When you laugh, this means you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So therefore, the point is that so this is how the matter continues. There's no destruction, there's no creation of the matter. Likewise, there's no destruction, there's no creation of the mind. You're getting it? So this mind that continues after it is ejected from the body, that mind becomes the mind of your next life. You're getting it? And in the process, then how it is very scary. And the next, where does it connect? For that, there are unique techniques how to maneuver your mind. It involves unique techniques. So that is a very different discussion. And for the time being, it cannot be discussed in the academic setting. For the time being, later on we never know. Academic, even the academic the settings can become more sophisticated. We'll talk about these. For example, at the time of Newton, we cannot talk about quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics in those days can be seen as a very weird topic. They will not take it seriously. It's a subject. The observer, depending on the observed, depending on the observer, doesn't make any sense. This is purely philosophy. This is purely theology. They will outrightly they will say they reject it. Okay, so likewise, there can be paradigm shift happening in the neuroscience as well. In the future, we never know. So what I'm saying is that that mind that connects to the next moment becomes the mind of your future life. This is rebirth. You're getting it? Okay. So law of conservation mass, definition of law of conservation mass is that in a closed or isolated system, the matter cannot be created or destroyed. It can change forms, but it's conserved. Meaning that, for example, here there are like say the one X number of people, and then if you consider this hall, in this hall where nobody's allowed to get out, nobody's allowed to get in, the number of the people remains same, right? Whereas this is a closed container. Whereas if the door remains open, then the number can increase, number can decrease. So within the given situation, this is the meaning of isolated system. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It can change form from matter to energy, energy to matter, but it's conserved. Okay, now who discovered that? Who is credited for this? Okay, all these scientists' names are there. Okay, so that is done. The next is that, okay, there's one point which, okay, I'm going to go to verse number 84. Huh? Okay, let's see 62. So this is the, so we talked about substantial cost and cooperative cost. You getting it? So this is about this is the verse. And I'm just extracting small bits and pieces from this extremely precious text, very technical text from Acharya Dharmakirti. So this is about the substantial cost we already discussed, no need to go further. And this is also very interesting about the loss of memory. So people say that no, the brain, the mind is dependent on the brain. The mind is created by the brain because when you say the brain damage happens, memory loss happens, which means the mind is affected. So this all effect is happening on the level of cooperative cause, not on the level of the substantial cause. Okay. Then the 80 and okay. 84. Okay, let's say now the let's say the very interesting topic comes up, which talks about that no who has seen rebirth? Nobody saw rebirth. That is Charvaka. That is Charvaka's philosophy. Who has seen rebirth? There's no rebirth. Seeing is believing. You getting it? Okay. This is similar. So, for example, say that quantum physics, nobody can see that, but it's a reality. And the time dilation in relativity theory, nobody has seen that, but it's a reality. So simply because we could not see doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So this is pretty simple. I don't want to go into too much into this. I just really read it. If you say, but migrating meaning rebirth, migrating here and there of the thing, of the beings is not seen. Is seen, therefore it does not exist. This is what the Charvak school said. This is one extreme view. It is due to lack of clarity of those senses that we don't have that capacity to see what the reality is, not because the reality does not exist. But the senses that they are not seen is like eyes when devoid of clarity cannot see the subtle snow. 85. Despite being body due to the subtlety of the intermediate beings. Okay. I don't want to go. Okay, next. This is very important. Now, in this connection, this is a very important point. Saying once you get some sense that oh, there's a mind whose substance and the matter, the body whose substance, these are very different, and they can help each other in ways of serving as a cooperative cause of each other, but substantially they're very different. Then, if that's the case, from there you can see that these two concepts, they're very important. So for example, okay, how many you can run on the 100 meters in 8 seconds? Well, not 8 seconds, nobody can run, right? In let's say 12 seconds. How many you think you can run 100 meters in 12 seconds? No one. Okay. You didn't know?
Okay, so let's say how many do you think can run 100 meters in 20 seconds? 20 seconds? Okay, good. How many do you think you can run 100 meters in 1 hour? 1 hour? We all can run. Okay, good. So now, how many you have a confidence that if you train yourself rigorously, then you can run in like the say 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, I can run, and if I'm well trained, the sense in 60 seconds. Okay, that is 60 seconds, and he ran 9.53 seconds. Okay, and how many are confident if you train so well, then you can run in like say the 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Okay, now it's become less. Okay, let's say that the okay, I'll work. Let's say if you are trained so well, the so you can keep improving, right? We all keep improving. Now, if you train so well, you can run till say like at the 12 seconds. After you can run, good. Train more, 10 seconds. Okay, likely. Why not train more, 9 seconds. Huh? Why not? Okay, so now you are now reaching the point of saturation, reaching the point of limit. So your body at the moment does not have that capacity to run like in 20 seconds, 100 meters. But if you train, so from this way you can run 20 seconds, 100 meters in 20 seconds, you can reach to that level. And you can go further, push further. And at a certain point, you reach a point where you cannot go beyond. You're getting it? You have reached the limit, upper limit. You have limit resting upper limit beyond which you cannot run any faster. So this is the attribute of the physical matter. You're getting it? And this is reality. We all know that. This is the quality of the limitation of the physical matter. But the mind is very different. Mind, if you train, it can go at infinite. This is the difference between the mind and the body. So it says, unlike leaps meaning jumping. Okay, what is the height with which, what is the world record? High jump? Anyone? 4 meters. 4 meters. I have no clue. Somebody who wants to Google search very quickly. Google search, what is the high jump world record? Huh? Hey, somebody Google search very quickly. Huh? 4 meters. Huh? 2.45 meters. 4 meters maybe in some other planet. So in this planet is 2.45 meters. Okay. So we cannot go beyond this. You're getting it? This is the limit of the physical body. But your mind, it does not have that limit. It says, unlike leaps meaning jumping, high jump. Compassion, which is a mental quality, is a mental state, does not require repeated effort to reach the same degree of progress. For example, let's say this is a very important point. Same that the you jump 2 point, let's say 2 meters. You can jump 2 meters. Is any who used to do high jump in your school days? Terminology? No? Yes, over there. Okay, yes. Okay, so let's say that you jump 2 meters. Let's say two meters. And to retain that, what should we do? Every day you practice it. To retain that, you have to practice every day, right? Same. Is it like today you practice it? you jump on 2 meters and 1 centimeter. And so tomorrow you again practice it 2 meters and 2 centimeters. Is it? Or it can be like 2 meters, 1 centimeter, 2 meters, 1 centimeter, all along. If you miss one day, it can drop down to 2. If you miss the second day, it will go down to 1 meter and 1 meter and 99 centimeters. Yes, 100, yes, 99 centimeters. Okay, so then if you don't practice for the next 1 month, then you cannot even jump 1 meter, right? So therefore, every day you are jumping, practice every day, that does not necessarily add to your potential jump higher. You agree? At the most, you can help to sustain this. And then if you say, how old are you? If I may ask you. This girl. 39. There's a 39, you jump 2 meters. And then you keep practicing every day. By the time you reach 60 years old, you jump 2 meters. Yes, no? Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, right? So what is that? The Olympics for the elders, Pune Olympic, the gold medals, right? Okay, you practice continuously. When you reach 90 years, still you jump 2 meters. Yes? No, you're getting it. No matter how much you keep practicing it, it keep reducing. This is a limit of your body. You're getting it. But for the mind, it's very different. Believe it or not, it's amazing. These are the discoveries. This is the meaning of the rishis, real rishis. You're getting it? Who says something, we never thought about this, and it's a real thing. Wow, it's an amazing discovery. These are the real rishis. You're getting it? Say, practice compassion in a very systematic way. Practice compassion. Say every day you practice it. Say you are 38, 39. Every you practice it, 39, 40, 50, 60, your compassion keeps growing. It will never decline. You're getting it? No matter what age, your compassion will never decline. It's a mental quality. Mental quality keeps waxing. It keeps waxing. It will never decline. Physical qualities keep declining. You're getting it? Right? Do you think that Usain Bolt with the run 9.53 when he's in 60s? No, no way. Who's that lady? The 10-10? Nadia Comey. Nadia Comey. So the in 60s, 70s, 10-10? Impossible. You agree with me? Impossible. When I say impossible, some of you may think that he is so negative. No, it's a reality. Don't expect her to perform 10-10. Actually, I watched one, clip that she was not even 60. She was in 40s. She was trying to play the gymnastics and what is that? The bar? What do you call that? The bar, right? She will, and the day when she was 14, like a plastic elastic. I think she was in her 40s. She made a simple jump and she fell. Not 60. You're getting it? So they say, what is a physical quality? There is a tendency for you to decline. And to maintain this, you need constant practice. Constant practice, add effort, this will not increase. At most, it will retain. It will help you from excessive decline. But the mental qualities will keep increasing. Practice compassion. Believe it or not, you're 39. How old are you? 32. You're getting 32. Keep practicing every day. You don't have to exert the same energy tomorrow to just retain this. It'll add, keep adding. It'll not just retain, it'll keep adding. This is the uniqueness of the mental attributes, mental qualities. Okay, the next, water. If I boil it, If you keep boiling it, say it is very cold. And how many use hot shower every day? Hot shower? Okay, hot shower. Say if the cold water like 10 degrees, then take shower, very difficult. What do? You will heat this up. Heat for what? So the water becomes, hey, this little girl, heat the water for what? So that the water becomes warm. Then you heat it. You heat it, right? Of course, your body cannot doesn't go well with the 100 degrees centigrade water. 100 degrees centigrade water, your body will burn, right? And then, but you want the extremely hot water to clean something, not your body, and make it even warmer, 100, 200 degrees. Then make it even hotter, 300 degrees, 1000 degrees. What happens? The water will evaporate, the water will disappear. But the mind, physical matter, it disappears. Of course, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't mean that it is destroyed or it takes another form. But the mental qualities is so stable. No matter how much you practice it, expose this through training, the mind will never disappear. You getting it? This is the mind is extremely substantial nature. The mind is so stable, and this one quality. With the physical like water disappears, but the mind will never disappear. One. Number two, you practice it, and every practice it will add. It will add. It'll keep adding. Keep adding. Your qualities will keep growing. Even though you are at the moment you are in your 30s or 20s, then one day you reach 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, your compassion keeps growing. This quality keeps growing. It never remains, it'll reach the limit. There's no limit. It will go to infinity. You're getting it? This is what's the meaning of your, say, true nature of your mind. True nature of mind can go at infinitum. The compassion go at infinitum. Wisdom can go at infinitum. Wisdom go infinitely, your fearlessness attained. Your mind, compassion, infinite expands, your joy, your happiness, the joy reaches the infinity. That's the purpose. 1 o'clock? Okay, so now, since that, okay, we will do a little bit of from this thing, question answer online. Okay, also there's one question here. The question is that what is consciousness? Is it about becoming aware, or is there more meaning and understanding to it? What is collective consciousness? Okay. The first, what is consciousness? So many of you, how many of you got some understanding of what is consciousness? Raise hands. How many of you consciousness mean the mind, empirical? You getting it? So non-empirical abstract, but that is your individual business. But what we're discussing here is the empirical mind or the empirical consciousness. So when I say consciousness, I mean the mind, which is the empirical experience we all have. Okay. How many are pretty, yes, this is I could feel. Raise hands. Sadness, happiness, these things are there. Okay. So, and is it about becoming aware? So this consciousness, if once you find it, say for example, say, say you get a brand new laptop, and a person 50 years ago gets a brand new laptop. So what would be the difference for the two persons? Anyone? Right. Person today, yes. So the person today will be able to use it very easily and very productively. And 50 years ago, what is this? It's a nice thing, right? And then just don't know how to operate. Okay. So the point is that once you identify the object, once you identify the mind, then up to the individual, how to employ this, how to make make the most of this or not make use of it is up to the individual. If you learn about these, how the mind can be trained, if you learn how the mind cognitively, and the mind has many other facets which we have not at all discussed here, say like the cognitive, the transformation of the mind, and the affective transformation of the mind, and then they bring the stability element of the mind. So the mind can be shaped in three different forms. But we have never discussed this. We are just discussing what the mind is, how it is different from the brain. This is what we've been discussing. So we can use that in that form. Then next, what is collective consciousness? Okay. So what I would suggest is fun is up to the individual. You're getting it? Individual, where you go, what you believe is your individual thing. Is nothing to do with someone else dictating on us. But from from this setting, what I would say is that always say if somebody tells you something, collective consciousness, cosmic consciousness, whatever, say you tell them. You say whoever said it. If I say collective consciousness, you ask me what is collective consciousness. You're getting it? I did not say collective consciousness. What did I say? Collective karma. Collective karma and a collective consciousness is different. What is collective karma? Collective karma is, for example, like say, I cannot move this, right? I can move this. But if there are 10 people who move this, collectively we can move this. Move is action. Action is karma. So this is a collective karma. You're getting it? This is again empirical. Empirical. It doesn't mean that these all become one karma, one action. No, it's a different action put together, added together. 5 apples added together, it's not become 1 apple, right? Still 5 apples. So likewise, this is labeled as collective karma. Otherwise, my force is my force, your force is your force. There are 10 different people putting their own forces collectively, put them together, then this object is lifted. This is the meaning of collective karma, which is again empirical. So in fact, what I share, this all what I try to share, I try my best to keep it as empirical as it is. I don't go something which is mystical. There are many mystical aspects. Even I have many things to share. I will not share mystical aspects because in these settings, I'll only talk something empirical. You're getting it? So whoever said collective consciousness, ask that person, what do you mean by collective consciousness? And perhaps you should be smart enough to ask the right question to the depth. It touches the bottom. You're getting it? Oftentimes people who uses these words, collective consciousness, they even don't know what it is. Because they mimic from somebody else. They may not be able to. They may have brilliant answers, we never know. So you ask them. Don't ask me. Ask me those things which I mentioned. You're getting it? Good. Okay. How do we separate mental consciousness and sensory consciousness? Okay. Separate meaning that how do we distinguish the two? How we distinguish the two? Because these two are different. But then we see them as one. For example, say, and the light here, this room is full of light, and it is full of air. But we say, oh, this is light, this air, we couldn't see these were different, but we don't have that capacity to see it now. You're getting it? So likewise, mental consciousness and sensory consciousness, how do you distinguish the two? This ability to distinguish the two is very, very important for your meditation purpose. Or to be compassionate. It has nothing to do with sensory. It's your mental consciousness. To be more intelligent, it has nothing to do with sensory. It's about a mental consciousness. So all this training must be done with respect to your mental consciousness, not the sensory consciousness. For example, the great saints who mental consciousness so well trained, right? Say they have to put some of them, their hearing is very poor. The sense consciousness is hopeless. They have to put the hearing aid. So therefore, the point is that mental consciousness can be improved. But the sensory consciousness with age, it is heavily dependent on the physical. So therefore, it can go down in age. With age, it can go down. But the mental consciousness, it can keep growing up, keep improving. If you don't improve, then if you don't practice, if you don't train, then it can go down. For example, like for my teachers, one teacher is 93 years old today, this year. One teacher is 96 years old. And just, I think last year, end of last year, I invited the teacher who was 96. Today, this year, he's 97. 96 to give a teaching. And he gave the teaching, and the students listened to the teaching. For the question answer, the students, they were asking him some questions. And the students, they cannot articulate the question so well. And they uttered first line, second line, and he would say the third, fourth line, and the question is complete. Right? You mean this question. It was so fascinating. He is 97, 96 then. And they were in their 30s or 20s. You're getting it? Their mind is so because of the training. If you don't train, then your mind can go down, meaning that the function of the mind, substance of mind doesn't go down, up. Function of mind can go down. You're getting it? So therefore, we should keep. So don't always go after Instagram, Facebook. You're getting it? This will make your mind, functional mind, go down. You have to read meaningful books, extremely meaningful books to keep evoking your brain activities in the compassionate, on the compassion level, on the intellectual level. Both is very important. Okay, so now the question is, then how do all these training should be given to the mental consciousness, not the sensory consciousness. So for that, we need to segregate the two. How do we segregate the two? Okay, is say let's say that the first, what is sense consciousness? What do you hear? What you see? What you taste, smell, touch? So this the stimulus. The stimulus should be immediate. The immediate stimulus is missing, that particular consciousness stops. For example, say the smell. The smell. Okay, let me see if this is Hookam with Jira. Yes, I could smell. But if this is taken away, I cannot smell Jira. Even though I want to invoke the nose consciousness to smell Jira, if the stimulus does not come, I cannot invoke. But mental consciousness, I can invoke without the Jira. You're getting it? My mother is non-existent for the last over 50 years, but I can still invoke the memory of my mother. The immediate stimulus is not required for the mental consciousness. But for the sense consciousness, we require the immediate stimulus. There's a difference. You're getting it? So therefore, say in a meditation, for example, you'll say meditation always advised to do with your eyes open, not eyes closed, eyes open. And I'm not going to go too detailed. It's very important. So eyes open. When you keep your eyes open, many people complain that I just see what is in front of you. I just see what is in front, and my mind doesn't really cannot meditate because my mind is always playing carried away, pulled by what's the objects in front of me, the laptop, the table, and so forth. So for that, we require the training. How, for example, while I'm here, looking at the screen of the laptop, but my mind can think of my mother. My mind can think of a flower. Or my mind can think of my dad. When I think of my dad, instantly, for a very brief period of time, that image of my dad, my mom, comes. And then because of my eye consciousness can be very strong, it can pull my senses. Or you hear a knock at the door. Your mind is pulled by your ear consciousness. Or the heat. Suddenly there's a heat. You could feel the heat. So your mental consciousness is pulled by the tactile sensation. So likewise, the sound, smell, taste, and so forth. So therefore, the thing is that when it does happen, we have to say the even though it's a very little moment that you're able to visually think of your mom, think of your mom, uh, say try to think of your mom, think of your mom, keep doing it, keep doing it. This is known as exercise training. Keep doing it. Then gradually you are able to retain the picture of your mom. So as you are able to retain the picture of the mom more clearly for longer duration, your eye consciousness, your ear consciousness, all these five sense consciousness will slowly become, will become inactive. So this is how we closely, what's that? We gradually shut down the sensory consciousness. And the mental consciousness is made, when sensory consciousness subside, then mental consciousness can become very active. For example, let's say that when you fall asleep, your sensory consciousness, yes, at times they're active. That may not be too active as the waking state, but they can be still active. But in comparison with the waking state, is much less active. Because of which, in the sleep, your mental consciousness takes the domination. It just takes over. So mental consciousness is active. And then, particularly when you talk about the emptiness, nothing is subjective. They're all like dream. When you get that experience, all the sense consciousness is shuts down completely. You're getting it? Otherwise, in the meditation, although your meditation is so good, still your sense consciousness, somewhere it is influencing us. But only when you see the emptiness, the reality of the one called as emptiness, when you get that experience, then all the sense consciousnesses is shut down. That is the time. Okay. Next, I know about the death of my dog. On that time, the particular song is playing in the background in a low volume. At that time, that your a dear dog, pet dog, dies, and then simultaneously, you could hear a song being played at the background in a low volume. Now, every time that song is played at the same volume, it will trigger involuntary sadness. How do you recognize this and stop this chain reaction? Okay, this is what happens to many people. It does happen. So, yes, it did happen to me also one time very strongly. There was, I must be age 8 or 9, and I lost my mom when I was 5 years old. Little boy, lost his mother when he was just 5 years old. And then for 3 years, sent to school. And then I was age 8, and then this little boy, the memory of the mother gradually slips by. And suddenly in the class, inter-class competition, song competition, the inter-class Tibetan song competition. My Tibetan language teacher, he taught a Tibetan song. That song is an extremely, very simple song. Very simple, not a sophisticated Mozart song. It's a very simple song. Village folk song, very simple song. And all these 3 years, I didn't hear this song. Suddenly, this teacher was singing this song, and I couldn't control my tear. You know why? Because this was the same song which my mother used to sing. And this little boy, for the last 3 years, he was away from this song. And suddenly, this song was heard, and this song was emotionally linked with his pleasant moment with his mother. So that song retrieved that memory of the mother's presence, which was totally missing then at that point. So involuntary tears come down out of sad. You getting it? So these things do happen. And then the question is, I would say that when these things happen, I would say it says that how do I recognize this and stop this chain reaction? And the same volume, it will trigger involuntary sadness. So I take it very positively rather than negative. I take it very positively. How? Okay, this is amazing. This is how the mind works. For example, I want to remember compassion. I want to remember the very compassion, very sophisticated compassion, not the shallow compassion, very sophisticated compassion, very sophisticated the wisdom. And for that, they say, for example, say, I want to be connected with these two at all times. This life, in the future life is also. So this little boy, 5 years before 5 years old, and after, so it's like a new life. And he could, that memory was brought back because of the song. And he was not thinking of the mother just for the sake of the thing of the mother. It just automatically came because of the connection with the song. So likewise, if there are ways and means by which, for example, say I say, may you be happy. And then this memory of compassion triggers very sophisticated wisdom triggers in you. That's amazing, so precious. So I think this is an opportunity. Amazing. It's how the mind works. That you think of one and other thoughts automatically comes to you. You don't put effort. It's amazing. So I employ this mechanism rather than to shut it up. I would rather employ this mechanism, seeing that this is amazing. I can use this for purposeful the reasons. So the this one thing. Then let's say that I'll say when this, for example, the low volume song, the same song, and of the dog, it gives a little bit of sadness, but pray for the dog. It reminds me of the dog. Pray for the dog. You're getting it? Say, may this dog take a favorable birth, that his substantial mind, right, takes a favorable physical form. So this is mind will be the influenced positively by the positive cooperative causes. So this mind can manifest in the form of compassion, in the form of wisdom. May you become one like. When you said that, may you become one like this, what's the feeling, sad or happy? Happy. Sadness will be changed to happy. Likewise, there are so many other dogs who die. Nobody's praying for them. I'll pray for you through my dog. You're getting it? So your dog becomes very important now. Are you proud? Do you feel happy that your dog becomes a source of pride? You become happy or not? Happy. Instead of sadness, sadness will be changed. Don't shut down the situation. Use the situation and change it from sadness to happiness. Change it to make it meaningful. Okay. Next. You mentioned that antidote for self-centered attitude is to have other cherished mind. How can we develop on this practice? Also, okay, first, other cherished mind. To get into the self-centered attitude, we need to develop the other cherished mind. This is a serious question. Thank you. How to develop this? So there are two methods. And currently, Nalanda diploma course, we are doing these two methods. Currently, we're doing that. And I would highly recommend, as Neeraj has been constantly, and I think the Elaine also made this announcement, that these courses are available. And they are taught very systematic. What we require is we need the correct information, we require the complete information, we require this systematic information. We're getting it correct, complete, and systematic. So these are all rendered through this course, Nalanda studies. Under these, there are four. I mean, master's course, which is 5 years, and then, but then even if you want to do that, you cannot do it till you are qualified with the other courses. So this requires the qualification of the other courses, Nalanda diploma course, certificate course, and the introductory. So at the moment, say master's courses in the flow, diploma courses in the flow, and because that we have only one teacher. I'm the one who's teaching it. So therefore and then even going out, still we teach. So therefore one person trying to manage all these things. And I'm also, I'm not young like this girl. Right? So we're aging. We're all aging. I don't think that you're going to remain 25 also. One day increase my age. And Okay. So sometimes people, they're too naive, not you. They're too naive. So some say, Gishal, how are you? They text message, how are you? I said, except that I'm aging. And people too naive. They said, oh, Gishela, it's all right. So like they're not aging. When I say I'm aging, I'm just, I'm just, what is that? No, no, not joking. I'm not joking. I'm very serious. What do you say, Karen? What do you say? Huh? Rebound, yes. Right? Actually, it's a rebound I'm playing. They couldn't understand it. Right? They say, Gishela, it's okay. Right? They're consoling me. They should console themselves. Right? When I say I'm aging, I'm aging. You're also aging. Right? It's another way of saying you're aging. If I say you're aging, you'll be very offended. So if I'm aging, right, then you have to mean that, okay, I'm also aging. We say we're all aging, right? Then you take it, which means that don't waste our life. This is the education, right? And the person consoling me, oh, we should, okay. So I can see that this girl is very smart. This girl understands it. Okay, good. So now so these are all taught systematically there. Cherish mind, how to build strength. So cherish mind, you keep practicing it, and then day by day, month by month, year by year, you grow older. Say, like when I was this age, all my hairs are down, and now white hairs are popping up here, there. What is popping up, right? Which means I'm aging. So there, although you age, your mental consciousness, with the practice of the compassion, universal compassion, your mind becomes happier, 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 happier. Your intelligence, your wisdom, you see the reality very differently. And of course, tomorrow, not tomorrow, this evening, I'll show you some slideshows to tell you what the deeper realities exist, which we are too naive. We don't even know such realities exist. Quantum physics, the concept of the ontological reality, that ontological reality of emptiness intrinsic existence. We're too naive not to even have the clue that such things exist. So there are these wonder. When you unfold these realities and you keep meditating on this, your mind will become clearer, clearer, sharper, 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 more and more confident. So as you grow older, age 60, 70, 80, if you miss your youth, which means that you have wasted your life. By reaching age 40, 50, 60, you feel happier, happier. You have used your life productively. You getting it? So this is the mark of how you use your life. So these practices, they are very important. These are all taught in the Nalanda studies undertaken of Tibet How. Some people, they're too naive again. Nalanda studies, the Google says Nalanda. And then something pops up and the instant they apply. Nalanda, with the same label, there are so many programs. You're getting the same label. Nalanda Studies, Tibet House, Cultural Center of His Holiness. One day, someone told me that, Gishala, I sent some money to Tibetan office, right? And then I asked, how did you send it? And the person said that I sent money, I Google search, Tibet House, and Tibet came out. And I checked what is that? Bank account. I sent the money. And then I said, check the where. Tibet House, there are so many Tibet houses. Checked it, it's Tibet House, New York. The money went to Tibet, New York. The person must have sent some money to buy books, right? Or to buy some books from Tibet House, and the money sent to New York. To Nahi, right? So let's not be naive. You getting it? So, Tibet House, Cultural Center of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in New Delhi. You're getting it? Nalanda Studies, undertaken Tibet House. Don't just say Nalanda Studies. So many things will come up. You're getting it? The Nalanda studies. Okay, say you type Nalanda studies, something like this may come up. Nalanda studies with a fashion, fashion designing course, 1 month, 2 lakhs. You're getting it? So fashion design, all this will come up. Don't be too naive. Be very precise. Nalanda studies, Tibet House, culture center, or if you say if it's too long, say Nalanda studies, Tibet House, New Delhi, then you'll be safe. Okay, so this is what we suggest. Okay, also, unless we cherish ourselves, we cannot cherish others. Is that true? So then, what is the practice to develop cherishing one and others without bringing in the self-centered? This is a very good question. Okay, so cherishing others, cherishing others. Is it possible without learning how to cherish yourself? If the answer is yes, you have to cherish yourself, you cherish others, then cherish yourself. Is it not self-centered attitude? Is it not selfishness? How to then strike a balance? Okay, this is a very good question. Answer is that to cherish yourself, there's nothing wrong. To cherish yourself is so precious. Not only it's not wrong, it's so precious. Make sure that you cherish yourself. So take away from 3-day course is 1, be kind to yourself. Don't begin by saying be kind to others. Begin by saying be kind to yourself, number 1. Number 2, be wisely kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, number 1. Number 2, be wisely kind to yourself. You're getting it? Be wisely kind. Be kind to yourself, be wisely kind to yourself. Okay, so begin by being nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. Don't be harsh. But at the same time, it's not just one statement. Be kind to yourself. There's a second statement. Hey, what's the second statement? Be wisely kind to yourself. So be kind to yourself is okay. Let's say that there are apples. There are apples on the beach. And I said, be kind to yourself. Help yourself with apples. Everybody's so happy to pick up one apple. Thank you. And then what is next? You wisely come to yourself. You like to you enjoy the apples next year also, next year also, you have to plant them. Right? You have to put effort. Then you will say, oh, I don't have time, right? I don't have time. And what? Oh, I have to go for shopping. I don't have time. So, and then he said, why? With the result, it's very easy. You want the results, but you don't want to go for the cause. For the cause of to make it happen, for the cause, it requires effort. You don't want to go for the cause. You want the result. This is the problem. So be kind to yourself is give yourself good results. But be wisely kind to yourself is go for the causes of the results. Go for the causes of the good results. You getting it? Okay. So with this in mind, I'll say to cherish yourself is so important. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong. It's so precious. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Never ever be rude to yourself. Never ever be harsh on yourself. Be kind to yourself. So, meanwhile, be wisely kind to yourself, which means that discard those things which make you suffer. Embrace those things which make you happy. You're getting it? So what is that? The wisdom, embrace the wisdom, embrace other cherishing. This will make you happy. You're getting it? So therefore, now, so if you cherish yourself, in order to cherish others, first you have to cherish yourself. Then this self-centered, no. Self-centered attitude is where you cherish yourself, disregarding others' welfare. That is self-centered attitude. What is selfishness? Selfishness is cherishing yourself at the cost of others' well-being. Let me repeat it. Self-centered attitude is cherishing yourself at the cost of others' well-being, or they say cherishing yourself disregarding others' well-being. That is selfishness. Whereas to cherish yourself by being inclusive, of others, that's so wise. Beautiful. Amazing. You must cherish yourself. Cherish yourself by being inclusive of others. Don't be exclusive. Be inclusive. Expand with compassion. Otherwise, cherish yourself means this cherishing expands. Expand. Self-centered selfishness is cherishing yourself by destroying others. So instead of destroying, expand your cherishing. Cherishing yourself, cherish your mom, cherish family members, cherish your neighbors, cherish your country fellow men, women, cherish the people of the world, cherish the environment, cherish the environment. You're getting it? Say, you look at you see the star, you see the trees. Just say, may these trees live long. May these trees forever live green and live long. Right? May nobody cut these trees. Realize, cherish the trees, cherish the green vegetation, cherish the forest, cherish the green, the flow of the stream. Okay, done. Yes. Okay, we will do the Heart Sutra mantra 3 times. Eoto Won Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhisvaha. Okay, see you in the afternoon.